Let's get started with part 2 of Lab 8, where we're going to be talking about beach drift. And remember, beach drift is the way that sand moves along the beach based on the direction the waves are coming in from. So in order to do this part of the lab, you'll be looking at this map here. So this map is showing the beach at the top. It's showing a groin that has been built at location B, and we're going to start with a grain of sand that starts at location A. So this grain of sand is pushed up by the wave front along the beach as this wave comes in. It's pushed up to this location here. Then once it's pushed up this far, the wave goes out and the sand rolls down the steepest part of the beach back to where the water interface with the shoreline. So one thing you'll do is you'll measure the distance that piece of sand actually moves from here to here. That will be one of the things that you're looking at. And you can see it's going to be a much different distance than, in the end, how much distance it's covered in its entire journey. It's really just kind of gone this far, but in order to go that far, it had to go all the way up here and all the way back down here. And once we do this, we want to see if we continue this process, as waves tend to do. They keep coming in one after the other. How long and how many waves would it take for this grain of sand to move all the way until it hits this groin here located at B? So an easy way to do this is just take this, make some copies of it, and then just start putting these so that each one begins where the other one ends. So I'm just taking these and I'm copying and pasting them. So from one point to the other, and get something like this, and you'll continue this on until you reach the groin here at B. Each one of these represents a separate wave coming in. Sometimes we say that the grain of sand itself moves in a very zigzag pattern, and it has to go a much longer distance than the distance we would actually measure along the shoreline. So once you've done that all the way out to B, then you'll answer some questions based on how many waves have come in, what the different distances are. And remember, one of the things we'll talk about here is the wave period. And in this case, the wave period is 30 seconds. That means each time this happens, it might not take 30 seconds, but this grain of sand might move up and down in 10 seconds. But every 30 seconds, a new wave is going to come in and push it up, and then it's going to roll back down. So each one of these intervals, from the beginning of this blue arrow to the end of the black arrow, represents a 30-second interval. So this would be 30 seconds, then 1 minute it would be here, a minute 30, 2 minutes it would be here, and so forth. So given that information, you should be able to answer this question on both the timing and the distance of how far that grain of sand has traveled, both along a straight line and the zigzag line that it's followed based on your measurements.